Yes. If you would all like to get dressed and ready, I will take you down to the snaps fingers again mess hall and feed you.
Yay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Alexis, I am sorry, but we haven't found much in your way of food.
That's fine. Don't worry. Thank you for trying.
So, you guys all get dressed and everything.
Um, yes, I'm going to get dressed
Okay.
and then I'm going to come over and knock on Hallam's door.
I was actually gonna ask if I've been collected yet.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yes, you were. No, no,
You said
No,
until
you're
4.
making glass all night.
no. I said he would take him back at 4 when he wanted to go to bed.
True,
So
this
he's
is true.
he's back in his room. But give me 2 rolls of each.
Two rolls of
Of all 3 rolls.
Okay.
Endurance first, then acrobatics, or not endurance.
Dexterity.
Dexterity check, then acrobatics, then endurance.
Oh
That's
hey.
good.
Oh shit! You make after hours of goofing around and with help from the glassmaker, you end up making a relatively good looking piece of artwork that looks like Ardent.
Yay.
It's not
Uh,
perfect. It's a little bit lopsided, but maybe one wing is bigger than the other one by not by a small margin, but it looks relatively well.
first time or third time.
This is
So
your
not bad.
last. This is he pretty much kept you from trying to do it over and over again, and just made you focus on your second attempt. Your
Right.
first attempt only took you like 25 minutes, and it looked like a horrible amalgamation of shit. But
Oh.
on your last time, he helped more, and you end up with this.
Yay.
It's about
Uh,
4 inches tall, and
Yay.
has relative detail to it.
I'm going to make a note of this.
Put it in your inventory, so I can break it when you get hit.
Yeah.
Aw. Alright. I will open my door for Alexis and I will note it. I have a huge smile on my face.
I got a blow. I mean, I made Ardent.
Yes.
Well, happy to
Oh.
see me, are you?
So I'm just very, very happy look what I made. I'm gonna show her the glass statue.
That's quite impressive. Did you spend the whole night blowing?
Actually, it would be
Yes.
pulling.
Either way, yes.
Well, that's very impressive. I seem to have made a horrible mistake. I, my shoulder from yesterday still hurts, but I forgot to wrap it up, and it won't embarrass me to say it, but she's gonna get real close. Would you be able to help me take my shirt off?
Check.
Uh,
He adamantly
I
resists
like how
you.
I.
He fully resists your temptations.
He's so happy
Uh,
about his glass statue.
Yeah.
No, enjoy yourself, you girl.
I'll offer to help out.
My pants are longer than yours. I can take off my
After,
own shirt.
after she says that, she's gonna get in close again. She says, "Or you could just rip it off if you'd like."
That that just seems like it would ruin the shirt.
Oh goddamn! I love Hallam.
I'm willing to help you. Just take it off if you need. I, I'm not sure why you can't just do it yourself, but I can try, I guess.
Well, you'll actually know she isn't using her left arm at all. It just kind of
What,
hangs on her side.
what did you do to your left arm? Or what did you do to your arm?
Oh, okay. I know.
Oh, it's nothing. Just a silly sore is all. But
Not good.
if you could help me bandage it up, so
I can try.
thank you.
Then he proceeds to bury you in the ground.
He's like, well, no saving this. Swing low, sweet chariot.
Aw. So yeah, Helm's gonna try to help bandage her arm to the best of his ability.
The only one of us with any sort of heal check, so I believe it has to be.
It actually kind of has
Yeah.
ability.
Let's see my mighty heal check of 11.
You know what? For such for such an injury such as this,
Shouldn't really need to roll to wrap someone's shoulder.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't tie the knot.
But I will note, I want it to be under the shirt.
Okay.
The bruising pattern does look a little weird, though.
Yes.
I will try to comply to Alexa's wishes.
Nice job, Chris.
Am I missing something?
A little bit.
Huh. Okay.
I just now everything makes sense to what Chris was asking me earlier today. Or one thing Chris was asking me earlier today.
I'm then going to ask, is there anything else you need?
No, but you have soft hands.
Thank you.
I had lotion. It's not the only thing I use my lotion for, too. It's beating off every time I talk to you.
I'll have to ask you for a back massage sometime in the future, and I'll make sure to give you something equally pleasurable in return.
Oh, goddamn.
Whenever you want.
Never I want indeed. She's gonna get up and ask for help getting her shirt back on, and then she's gonna head out.
You saw her topless. There are no bras in this world.
There aren't?
Nope.
Oh.
He saw your tiggo bitties. Unless you covered them up with your hand. Doesn't seem like it's in your character to do, though.
No, she would. Oh, please.
How are you going to get the shirt on then, though?
Well, you take it off from behind, she covers it with her arm, and then you wrap the other arm.
That would make sense.
Wow, the character's just not stupid. No. I love you, Waylon.
Thank you.
I do too. You're easy to kill.
Oh. Oh.
All right, so you guys part from that and make it downstairs into a private little dining room for you guys. And it looks like venison is on the breakfast table. And she comes up to you holding a, looks like a leather sack, and puts it on the table. And opens it up, and there are a few oranges and apples on the inside of it.
Thank you kindly.
It's the best we can do at the moment.
Are they
This is-
cut up at all?
More than enough.
No, there's probably about 4 of each, and they're all perfectly ripe.
She's gonna take an apple and take a bite out of it.
It's amazing. It's green. It's a green apple, not a red apple.
Honey crisp?
Granny
Not
Smith.
honey crisp. Aw.
Granny Smith apple.
Ugh. Ugh.
I love Granny Smith apples.
Ugh.
You're dead to me, Chris.
You're like, the apple's poison. Now you're dead.
There was a worm in it. You ate half of it.
Oh, well. Killing them all. I'm gonna be right back, by the way.
All right.
I asked Malachi Saya, is there any safe containers or boxes that I could keep my glass ship in?
Did you leave it in your room, or are you taking it with you right now?
It's still in the room with most of my stuff.
Okay.
I assume.
Which one thing I want to ask? What do you guys have on you right now? Like, are you bringing weaponry, or are you just wearing your clothing and not bringing anything else?
I will take my key focus and my little glass statue of Arden.
Okay,
I am going
Um,
to. oh,
go ahead, Scott.
I'm going to have my dagger and my wand on me, but they're hidden within my clothes, so they can't see them outward.
Okay. And Dan and Tyler. Oh, Jason too.
I have my sword and shield in my back.
Okay. Tyler.
armor, shield, flail, and torch.
Okay, so you have everything that you came in with, except for your,
No.
except for like your pack and shit like that.
Yeah.
And Jason, do you have your stick with you?
I always have my stick with me.
The one you fight people with.
It's my walking stick too.
Okay. You're like 23. How the fuck do you need a walking stick?
Because I'm a monk, and it's stereotypical.
It's just
Saya, actually, where's your stick right now? Your walking stick, your fighting stick. Jason,
But
where's your
Where
walking
do you-
stick right now?
Yeah.
wherever I am, I don't.
You're at the
Put my
dining
stuff
table with
away.
everybody else eating food.
is it like on your back? Is
leaning
it?
against the chair?
Yeah.
There we go.
Don't really. I don't have a lot of stuff, so it's not really hard to keep things with me.
Well, I was just wondering, like, if you stow it on your back or something like that. Like, you have a little clip-on thing for it,
Yeah, I got a clip over it. That
and it's or a Velcro strap. I don't fucking know.
I got it from Hot Topic.
She kind of walks over to the stick and puts a finger, like a claw on top of it, and kind of spins it around and looks at you, Jason.
Okay.
What's this for?
Walking.
She picks it up and looks at it. Why?
Because when you travel long distances, it helps to have something to put your weight on.
She is confused. She's not trying to find out if it's a weapon or not, but she's literally just want to know what the fuck you have a stick for. She puts it back down. Humans are weird.
Yes.
Damn straight he is.
We're not really built to run in all fours, so we need to have something else to rest our hand on if we want to use our arms to help propel us.
Ah, I see.
Also, you can spin it.
She kind of let's see. Dan's closest by. She kind of
I'm sorry.
pokes your shoulder, like your collar where it's open up, like where your skin's showing,
Mhm.
and she kind of pokes your skin with her claw.
Can I help you?
Sh- Humans are soft too.
Yes, it's why I wear armor.
Strange, primitive race. How are you able to do war? You're so not made for it.
We have our ways. Mostly we construct things to help us fight better. As you construct airships, you're not built to fly, yet you fight in the air.
Yes, but our skin is tough. Our vision is long. We are fast.
I can shoot bolts of lightning from my hands. We manage.
I must see this sometime.
Actually, I was going to ask to speak to some of the other Legionnaires today, if I could. Perhaps we could have a sparring match of some sort.
might be interested in that as well.
I can see what I can drum up. I don't think the Legionnaires aren't much sparring, but I might be able to find somebody. Maybe a child.
You really don't think much of us, do you?
Are you saying that in character?
Would prefer not to try to injure a child,
Well,
even to attempt to.
I
Would
will-
not sit well with me.
I will tell the child to be easy on you too.
You really don't think highly of us.
In character or out of character?
Either.
I'm keeping that out of character. Alan's not paying attention.
I'm still staring at his glass statue.
Well, I actually have a plan for this. I'm going to eat a little bit of my food, and I'm going to then push the plate in front of my glass statue and say a little prayer as I'm donating the food to Arden.
She catches this out of the corner of her eye and she goes, are the rest of the humans like that?
We're a very varied lot. There's all kinds of humans.
She kind of shakes her head. When you are finished, I will take Miss Alexis to the king, and I will probably have to stay there with her for a little while they do their meeting, and after that, I will take you to the Legionnaires' quarters.
Okay, time to split the party. Who would like to go through?
Yep. Chris, you there? No. Okay. Because I don't know if Chris wants anybody going with him or not. So.
Shen, you wanted to go to the Legionnaires with me?
Yes.
Okay. Malik, you.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
You escort Alexis. I want someone who can take a punch with her if it comes to that.
I think Malik really wants to go fight.
The children.
They're not children. By when she says the word children, you're thinking of probably age like
So they're going to
17 and above.
No.
give
Malik's
us a trainee or some
child.
sort.
He's like 19.
Yeah, that's like literally that's why he called the guy called him a kid. To them, Malik is a child.
Paleth and Hallam, do you have a preference where you go?
Not particularly. I'd rather stay out of one-on-one combat. It's not my greatest advantage.
If several of us go, I would do a team match rather than one-on-one.
How much healing do you have, Dan?
2 heals.
Oh, damn. Do you think you can take on half that encounter we made last week?
With half the party, half the encounter, yeah.
No, you'd have the whole party. I think Alexis is going to go by herself anyway. She'll have Seo with her, as far as, like, if you want somebody to watch over her. But, I really think Chris wants to do that on his own.
Well,
if he was here,
I'm up for whatever.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We can just, I mean, the audience probably isn't going to take that long if you want to just have her catch up with us before we actually start fighting.
That's if I even get Viewbot combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a conversation about combat happening?
They want to fight the Legionnaires.
I just wanted to have a sparring match.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Chris, who would you want to go with you, if anybody, to the meeting with the king?
Probably Malik.
Odd choice, but okay.
No, take the tank. That makes sense. In case anything goes wrong.
There's a
someone to hide behind.
There's a warrior spirit to it too.
All right. Malik, do you choose to take the offer?
Look, they're fight that way.
We'll wait for you to come back.
Yay.
Why are Alex just gonna be so confused. Why are we fighting?
It's a
Because
sparring
it's
match.
fun.
Oh dear God.
If we're going to fight together in the future, we should know each other's strengths. This is the fastest way to do that.
Plus,
Get your
this
ass
is
beat
our
by
best.
legionnaires.
We can learn from them. You learn from sparring.
Sort of walking before you've actually put your foot forward, but
I'm leading with my face.
okay.
I sparred
I guess
many
that
times
just means
before
I'll
I
have to
knew what I
make
was
sure
doing.
that this entire conversation makes us very amicable friends.
Good luck.
We're rooting for you.
Be sure to mention his failure a bunch of times.
Oh, I take all of my
Say a
lessons.
size.
I take all of my lessons of diplomacy from you, dear Hallam.
Malik grabs a last bite of venison before heading out.
It's perfectly cooked, medium rare, seasoned. Damn good shit.
I prefer it raw.
Oh, you're creepy.
Alan's gonna scoot his chair a little
Yes.
bit away from Shen.
That came out of nowhere.
It's a lot of meat for breakfast. Do they have any eggs or toast?
Yeah, you can find bread.
What's
Okay.
toast?
What the fuck? You find bread and they're like, here's
There's-
oranges.
Wheat, not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You do have There is bread, but you ain't gonna find anything to put on it.
It's fine. Toast is good.
Apples and oranges.
How do you make toaster? How do you make toast without a toaster?
Just heating it.
Fire?
That just
I'm
burns
a
it.
wizard.
I've tried.
I can conjure fire.
We just put it on a
You
pan.
Put on a grill or
Yeah.
a pan.
Yeah.
And it toasts.
You've never grilled toast before?
I've tried, but it doesn't end up toasted.
You just drop bread in a fire. And you're like, why is it not toast? I cut out the middleman.
Throw it into a fire. Oh,
So yes, it's in the prestidigitation power. I can chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 pound of non-living material for up to 1 hour. So I make the bread taste like buttered toast.
You know, I'm gonna take away that power.
Damn it!
It's because how stupid it is.
It's the best power, though.
I'm just gonna start putting limits on it.
It's the out of combat, the power.
It has now turned into an encounter power.
Aw.
It has limitations. It has a range of 2, and I can only sustain 3 effects at a time.
I'll make that 1.
Damn
So,
it!
Wait,
Then you
so if you
weaken by the
start,
moment.
so if you start doing different things, it'll stop being toast.
So clearly you have to give us
After it's in your
toast
stomach,
one
I don't
piece at
think
a
you
time.
care. It'll still
You
be
have to
bread.
give us toast one piece at a time. Only one person can be eating the toast.
I can make 1 pound of toast at a time. Go ahead, eat it.
oh, dear God. Okay, moving on.
Uh.
She comes up behind Alexis and says, and kind of kneels down towards the table. Are you ready? Or do you need some preparation?
What sort of mood is His Majesty in?
His normal mood. Cranky.
Excellent. She's gonna have a very big smile on her face.
Strange, but okay. And who would be accompanying you on this meeting?
Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like Malik's company for this.
That shouldn't be a problem. And she waves somebody in, and in comes the glassmaker again. He'll be the rest of your guys' babysitter for the foreseeable near future. Until we return.
Hello again.
He sits down at the table and throws out, like, it looks like almost dominoes. So you all can play something while you're waiting.
Mahjong.
Yeah, let's do it that.
No.
No,
It's a game of strategy.
it's Jenga.
No, I've
That's
never
not
done
so much a game of strategy.
Jenga with glass.
It's
Huh?
Battleship.
With Liam Neeson or without him?
Well, without, because he was barely in it when he was. So,
I know, but it's Liam Neeson.
did you even watch that movie?
No, but
It's
I
terrible.
mean, I've I'll pirate the parts of Liam Neeson.
That won't
It's a
take
good
very long.
minute.
Yeah, it's about a minute.
That's it's never enough Liam Neeson though. It's never enough. Even the Gray, where he's punching wolves for like 2.5 hours, still not enough Liam Neeson.
That movie was awesome.
All right, well, we'll occupy ourselves while Alexis is gone somehow.
You have a board game to play. You have Mahjong to play. So she takes you guys back.
While I'm walking by Hallam,
Sure.
I want to have my tail flick or sort of swish and flick the back of his ear.
Sure.
I'm already rolling.
You resist.
I was like, I don't even think that was that sexy of a thing to do, but okay.
I can predict the future.
I like this. Hallam felt it and immediately like straddles his legs and holds his arms out like in a stop position. He's like, "Nobody move." Okay, I'm good. He goes back to playing the game.
Oh dear God. Okay, you guys round the corner. You make it down a hall. Boom, Bob's your uncle. You made it to the sphere. You enter inside. The king is impatiently waiting at his throne.
I'm going to bow before him, Your Majesty.
He kind of just waves his hand. Like, get on with it.
Your Majesty, you understand the position that we to the south are in right now.
Yeah.
We've already lost one of our cities, and if the news that you tell us is indeed true, all of our other cities are at risk.
It is true.
These portals that the Delhi can use, if we could find them and locate them and find a way to close them, then we can create a defense for ourselves to the south. But we need your technology to help us do that.
He sits back in his chair. How long has it been since the North has fallen?
Stormguard?
Yes.
Maybe a month or so.
No, it's been
Days, is it?
no.
It took him about a month.
No, we had to change it because of the map difference.
Oh, okay.
It was roughly 4 months travel for him, and then you guys took a week. Or he left while it was being attacked. The city was under siege for roughly a month. So the city would have fallen in between 4 and 5 months from now already.
So it fell 4 months ago, basically.
Yeah. I'm
4
sorry.
months. 4 months ago, Your Majesty.
Have you heard any word from your southern cities?
We have not. We rushed to investigate what we could of Stormguard first, so we'd have information to go on.
Naive humans. They've attacked here before. You should have known what they were going to do next. You should have known when they showed up your city was gone.
Alexis is gonna kind of lightly touch her bandaged arm real quick and then say, "You're absolutely correct, Your Majesty. This is something that we should have prepared for. The first attack from the Delhi occurred over 500 years ago, so much of the information has been lost to the point where most people, commoners, and only those of arcane research or historians even know the Delhi still existing. It is our fault for assuming that they had been defeated and not simply sealed away."
He laughs deeply. You push them back home and assume they're gone and never to come back?
I do not presume to speak for the people who defeated them or pushed them back the first time. All I can say is that, from what I understand from the text I've read, that's what we were led to believe.
Your race is a joke.
Perhaps, but there are many of us.
And there are many more of them.
That is true. And the only way we can prevent ourselves from being completely annihilated is with your help.
Saya kind of steps up and she kind of looks down at you and says, looks down at you and then looks back at the king and she goes, when we fell, they brought us back. This is a new world. As they invade, more will rise. To sit around and do nothing is giving the enemy more forces.
Your Majesty, yesterday you showed me your army, and I have no doubt I fully understand your army is probably the strongest in the entire continent. But the size of this city is maybe 1/3 of the size of my own city of Freeport. And Freeport's just one of several cities. If the Delhi aren't stopped, if we can't form some sort of defense against them, they'll destroy us, all of our cities, and they'll turn us into just mindless soldiers.
Your cities are made of stone. Ours may be smaller, yes. But we can defend ours much better than you could defend yours. You have a few airships among you versus our fleet of airships.
But to use those airships, you'll have to take your city out of the ground.
And when the time comes, we will raise the city.
What forces will you be fighting at that point?
The Delhi.
The Delhi and over a collective 2 million of us who have been killed and turned into their soldiers.
Well, they're... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to use the word husk just because it references fucking Mass Effect. But they're,
They're shells.
yeah, shells, thank you. The shells of former races are nothing in comparison of their actual forces.
No.
The shells of humans, the shells of Velrai, are still weak,
No, but they will be plentiful.
and we will mow them down.
What are you waiting for?
The time.
You're waiting
don't
for the
know.
time when we're already conquered?
No, we're waiting for the time to where they show their hand. We have ideas where portals might be, but we have no idea where their main portal is. Their main gate. Once they show their main gate, we would know how to hit them.
We can help you do that, though. If we're looking for the other portals, there's a chance that we might be able to stumble upon this main portal. And we can help you find where it is. And you can end this war without worry of any casualties. Or at least significantly reduced numbers.
He snorts and he actually stands up. Humor me, child. What's your idea?
We were shown a device that can help us.
The minute you say
find...
you were shown a device, he looks right directly at Saya and roars at her.
Understand, Your Majesty, Saya showed us this with only the utmost intentions of helping your city and the Velrai. If we can use these devices to locate the portals, we can find a way. We'll talk to the other cities and create a collective. We can find everyone. We can get everyone on the same page. Find where the portals are, and create a united force against the Delhi. Instead of having our husks or shells as enemies, you can have over 2 million as soldiers who will fight with you.
Uh, I won't make you roll a perception check on this or anything, but the the way he looks right now, it doesn't look like he even heard any of that. He's foaming at the mouth. His nostrils are flaring, and his hand is on his hilt at the moment.
I'm going to look over to Saya.
She's she doesn't look like she looks very uncomfortable at the moment. And he takes a step forward and says, "Traitor. Showing them our technology. This cannot stand. I know almost everybody who is against my reign and who are trying to help these humans. I figured you for a while that you would be helping, but now you just gave me the evidence I needed."
Your Majesty, please, it doesn't need to come down to this.
He snorts. He looks in your general direction and snorts at you. "I want this public." And walks towards Saya and grabs her by the throat and starts pulling her towards the door.
I'm going to try to... Shit.
Use words of friendship. Oh dear, this
You
is
miss.
not going to end well.
I'm going to basically use a majestic word on Saya, and with the accompanying slide, I'm going to try to slide her out of the king's grasp.
Oh, you just want to fuck with what I want to do, don't you? Okay.
We're here for.
You are able. I wouldn't have recommended it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you,
I got it. I can't let... She's against violence.
Yeah, she goes sliding, how far do you move her? 5 feet?
It's just... Yeah, it's one square.
Okay, you move her 5 feet to which direction? Not in
Closer
front of
towards us and
Okay,
further from the king.
Well, can you put, is it a push or is it a slide? Because they're
It's a
past
slide.
you.
It's a
Okay, so
slide.
you pull her towards 5 feet out of his grip, around you, and he turns around. And as he turns around, he whips out his sword. The sword ignites. A huge flaming blade now stands erect in his hand.
Nice choice of words.
I know. And he looks at both of you and goes, "Who did that?"
Alec is like has a confused look on his face and is like throwing up his hands like, "Not me."
Throw her under the bus.
Your Majesty, it was me. I just don't think this needs to come to violence.
He approaches you with his with sword in hand. He's roughly, by the time he stops, he's roughly within probably 7 feet of you. "You dare interfere in my matters?"
We can solve this. We can negotiate this.
This is different than what you're talking about. This is, what's the word?
Treason.
Yes, I'm dealing with treason among my own city, not with your petty little problems right now.
There's no treason. I'm telling you, Saya has nothing but the utmost respect for the Valrai. What she's doing is within your best interests.
I know my best interest, and I know my people's best interest.
We'll look to say again.
She's when you slit her, she's on the floor. She's kind of laying on her side a little bit, holding her pretty much from the waist up on one arm, kind of looking over the
Malik,
shoulder.
Malik's gonna try to go over towards her and try to help her up.
Yeah, you help her up because the only reason why I'm doing it this way, I know you can slide her while still standing, but because you're pulling her back against him, it knocked her over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you pick her up, and she's not saying anything. She looks afraid and a bit worried.
Malik
Very,
kind
very
of just quietly, under his breath, "What are we supposed to do?"
I don't know.
Your Majesty, I apologize. That was a lie. Saya didn't show us that.
Amusing. I don't believe that.
I stole it. It's what we do,
Well,
right?
you don't have it, but
No, I know.
yeah. Okay.
That's what she's saying.
Okay.
She's lying to try to save Saya.
Bluff check.
Oh god, this is getting worse.
27.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry.
Am I gonna go flying?
He walks up to you, grabs you on your left shoulder again. This time, it's with much more authority.
Do I need to like even roll an endurance check, or do I just like topple down?
He's gonna take you right down to your knees. You can feel his fingernails digging into your shoulder. His claws digging into your shoulder. Unless you want an endurance check to resist it, but
I don't think she can.
I don't think so either. You people are cancer. These acts must be punished in this city. While he's grabbing you by the shoulder, he takes you, and pretty much forcefully, I guess, slides you along the floor into the wall adjacent to him.
Pressed up against the wall.
No, it's like a throw. He basically throws you, but you're
Oh,
still on
throw.
the ground.
But I'm not being grabbed by him anymore.
No, you're out of his hand.
Okay.
You're closer to Saya, and after he throws you, you pretty much you bounce into the wall, and his sword's still out, and he charges at you.
Malik's gonna try to get in the way.
Okay. There's roughly 10 feet in between the two. When he's getting closer, you can see pretty much the spit dribbling from his mouth as he's roaring. You feel a heavy hit to your shoulder, Tyler, and you get pushed, or you get pushed out of the way as the sword comes down. And Chris, you find Saya in your way.
I just want to note that Alexis has her hands right now on Slade's dagger,
Okay.
but she's sort of staring up in bewilderment.
Yep. The sword comes down, and amazingly, it passes through her.
The sword passes through through Saya.
Yep. It cleaves down from pretty much shoulder through her side, and it did not touch her.
She is the one true king.
He's extremely confused. He backs up and just says, "What did you do? What are you doing?" Talking to anybody. Because his sword should have killed her. She bull rushes forward with her head down, and horns out, slams him in the chest and knocks him back. He falls on his ass and slides across the floor while she turns around and helps you up, Chris. Alexis.
Why didn't the sword cut you?
I don't know. Somebody give me a perception check.
Oh.
Actually, well, yeah, Chris would have saw it, and Malik would have saw it. So perception checks from both of you.
25. Yes, crit.
Not so much.
Well, you.
Malik's eyes aren't as good as his ears.
You could have swore you saw something blue pass before it passed. Alexis.
He's mad now, isn't he?
The king?
And-
Well,
yes,
she didn't
and-
notice this, so...
No. And she's not saying like he's angry. Like she means mad, like completely insane at this point. If he's frothing at the mouth.
That or is extremely fucking pissed off. But, she's like, I don't know. Maybe there was
Say-
something wrong. Maybe there was something wrong with the incarnations or the reincarnations of him that we've made over the years.
Take a sword.
You said the sword turns blue for those true to the throne.
Yes.
The sword was blue when it hit you.
She doesn't believe you.
Is the king kind of out of it, or he's getting back
He's
up?
slowly getting back up. He took a fucking hard hit from her. You can actually see her the horn indentations that she from her head indented into his chest plate.
Say, I know you may not believe me, but if you don't try, he's gonna kill us.
I'll defend you guys to the death. He won't get to you without getting through me. And with that, she turns around and charges him again. On all fours, she leaps on top of him. Her claws thrashing at his face. The sword you're noticing now, both of you, since you're actually watching her, is blue in her presence. That close of presence, yes. Her claws right through her face as he through his face as he brings up his forearm and picks her up, grabs her by the back, and whips her into the wall. She bounces off of it, hits the ground, and picks herself right back up again and charges in again. This time she slides across the floor, laying down, kicks out his feet, sending him to the floor. As she jumps on his back, because he fell face first. Jumps on his back and starts pulling away at his armor, pulling it off piece by piece, and starts going through his throat. Yeah, you might want to read the chat room, guys. Get her into the public, maybe. The sword's still tightly gripped into his hand, but he's extremely occupied with Saya on his back as he's whipping his arm back and forth, trying to stab her with the sword and pull her off, but he can't quite reach her. You guys gonna sit there and let her beat the shit out of him for you?
I think attacking the king would probably bring unwanted attention.
Well, you're the only ones in this room.
I mean,
For now.
who are we going to yell to?
For now.
Um,
Okay, if you guys aren't gonna do anything, fine. That's fine.
Hold on, give me a sec.
Looking at your spell
Trying to
list.
Well, I'm trying to think of what I can do.
like as for guards, I mean,
I'm not so much concerned about that. I'm just concerned what would be the most in character thing to do.
I almost feel like in character Malik would try to help, but there's nothing he can do.
Well, you can still try. I won't penalize you for trying. You might get beat up, but
Yeah, I mean, Malik's gonna throw his shield at the king in order to distract him.
he's already distracted. But
Well, I mean,
what?
Distract him further. I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay. What are you aiming for?
well, just him in general, just trying to hit
Well,
him and trying
she's
to.
on top of him, so you're gonna have to be
Oh,
damn precise with your hit.
never mind.
No, you can still do it.
She's on top of him.
Yeah. He's laying on his stomach. His face is down. He's trying to look up over her shoulder while his hands are reaching back, trying to grab at her.
Where's the sword?
The sword's in one of his hands, still in his hands.
Then Malik's gonna try to charge at it and bite his hand to get him to let go of the sword.
Okay. Give me a. I know it's not supposed to. I'm not doing actual combat for it. Or narrative well, it's kind of narrative combat, but still. Give me a. You got a good strength check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a strength check and give me an endurance check.
Okay. Here's the endurance.
Okay.
Give me a sec on the strength.
That's fine.
Let's see. No, that's the mod.
Probably +7.
Yeah.
Come on, be good. 17. Good enough. You slide across the floor and grab, pretty much latch onto his arm, and dig your teeth into his, pretty much like, I'm not sure where the bone is, or what you want to call it, but the,
Trying to aim for the thumb. Basically.
that's exactly where I was going. The big pad on your thumb,
Mm-hmm.
on your palm, you pretty much got that entire part in your mouth.
Trying to like literally bite off his thumb.
Yep. You feel your teeth puncture through his skin, and
Then
blood.
Tusk a little bit helps, I'm sure.
Yep. Blood starts trickling into your mouth you actually feel yourself lift off the ground a little bit and then slam back down as he's trying to pull or beat the shit out of you by
Ooh.
slamming you into the ground.
I'm also trying to pry off the sword with my own, pry it away from him as well.
Give me another endurance check. You're taking a penalty to it because you're not using both your arms to hold on to him.
Okay. Damn it.
You break on his third slam. You lose your grip onto him and you fall back.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I know. You fall back to the ground. You see the heavy damage you've done to his hand. You can see his grip has loosened on the sword itself.
Okay.
I am going to. I'm first going to use basically my other sort of majestic word on Malik.
Okay.
And I don't know if you need me to make a roll for this. Basically, what I'm going to try to use is Song of Discord, which is one of my dailies
Explain
on
it.
the king.
Explain it.
Basically, the power itself, if I can hit with it, dominates. If I don't, then it basically lets me do a melee basic against. That makes me basically that enemy uses a melee basic against someone else.
The enemy makes.
basically,
The enemy
yeah,
makes
but what?
one.
Yeah,
Oh.
but what I'm trying to do is dominate him so he'll let go of the sword. Basically, mind control him to drop the sword.
Well, you know what? Because he's extremely distracted, you do it.
All right, if
No roll. Yeah, you do
okay,
it.
he drops the weapon, then
Yeah, you hear the clang of the sword as it hits the ground. The blade, the flame blade of the actual sword, dies out and flicks out of existence as it hits the ground. The king kind of lays there limply onto the floor. How long does this last?
it's until basically the end of my next turn.
Okay, so you got 6 seconds. Or no,
How
12.
far away am I from it?
You're on the ground right in front of him, so it would have actually fell right next to you.
Oh, I want to try to grab it.
You pick it up.
And I'm guessing nothing happens
Yeah,
with
it
the sword.
doesn't flight. It doesn't light.
Okay, I try to hand it off to.
Seiya is extremely distracted at the moment, still thrashing at him.
I'm going to then use a moment of escape on Seiya,
Okay,
and I'm going to slide her away from the king and towards Malik.
you do so. She ends up landing right next to him. She is utterly confused. She kind of looks at the king, looks at where
Grab
she
the
is now.
sword!
I just push it in her chest, basically, and just take it.
All right. I'm assuming your domination is about leaving about now. Your effects of domination are beginning to wear off. You see him shaking his head. He's starting to gain consciousness. Regaining control of his own body. Sayer reaches up, pretty much grabs your hand and pulls the blade out of it as he gets up and runs at her again. Hold on, I'm good there. She pulls the sword. Immediately lights blue as he pretty much swipes his hand at her, and she brings up the sword for her defense, and it cleaves right through his hand, pretty much taking off his right hand from his right hand at the wrist. He roars in pain and pretty much pissofferi and stumbles backwards. She stands, he kind of hits the wall that's behind him and slides back onto the floor, and as she walks towards him with the sword out, pointed out towards him. Even though he's sitting, he's still about half her size. She gets right up to his face, puts the tip of the sword. The flames start licking right at his nose, as she says, "You are not fit to be king anymore." She turns her back to him and walks away towards you guys. You see him.
Well-
You see him still pissed. Like a still extreme anger as he's holding on to his right hand or his left hand. Was it his left hand? Yeah, let's say it was his left hand.
His left stump now.
Yep. His blood gushes from it. Half of it seems to be cauterized, but the other half not. I am sorry this had to happen. Saying this to both of you.
Malik just sort of lays flat on the floor.
I'm so sorry, Seiya. I didn't mean for it to happen like this.
It seems this could have been the only outcome with him. You see the king rise up against the wall. Well, let's say former king at the moment. He huffs and puffs and starts advancing towards her again. You cannot wield that sword. You are not what's right for these people.
Looks like she welded it pretty good.
Do you actually say that?
Yeah, under her breath, yeah.
Okay. Actually, say it within ear range of you. Kind of laughs at you.
At me or with me?
With you.
Okay. She's like, that sucked. You suck.
Oh, you're fucked now. He's gonna kill you.
She does a rim shot for you. He starts advancing faster and faster towards her. Her back is still to him.
Saya, behind you.
She turns around. He's still a decent distance away. He's not at a run yet.
Malik's just gonna try to pick himself up now.
You throw your shield and hit him in the face.
Just like no, just trying to stand up
you're
and
not gonna
get
throw your
kind of
shield?
like in the way. Get in the way.
You're not in
kinda
the way. You're off to the side.
Oh, okay.
Hit him in the back of the head with your shield. It will totally make him happy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you guys can defeat him pretty easily right now. So.
He does only have one hand and no weapon, but I'm not sure I can still hit him.
It's semi-narrative
Won't know
combat.
until you try.
It's semi-narrative combat, so it's up to me if you'll hit him or not.
I say go for it, dude.
I like how everybody else is willing to let me do this.
Are you gonna do it?
I was just trying to get in his way, but I guess I don't have the ability to do that.
I wish I'd come. I'd be incinerating him right now. At least trying to.
Fine, I'll throw my shield and just try to hit him in the side of the head.
Is that what you want to do? If you don't want to do that, you can do something else. I don't care.
If I can't get in the way to stop him, I'll just throw my shield at him.
He's starting to go to a full run, so it might be a little bit difficult to clear the distance to make it in front of her before he'd make contact with her.
Okay, I'll throw my shield then.
Okay. Let's see. Let me flip a coin here. I'm just doing it for this one. I'm gonna give you 100% 50-50 chance on if you hit or miss with this.
Okay.
You let loose your shield, it flies through the air and makes contact with the side of his head. You see him stagger.
Hey, knock it off. You lost. Not king anymore.
It still didn't impede his movement forward, but you see he is clearly clearly disoriented as he roars, continually still going forward.
I'm going to try to use Blunder.
What's Blunder?
Blunder is an encounter power I do where I basically sort of, I guess, sing a note that sort of makes the enemy sort of make a mistake, and they basically slide and someone can make a melee basic against them.
Sure.
So basically, I'm going to try to make him trip and
Sure.
give
At his current state, he is easily moved. So you slide him off to where, and who makes the melee basic?
I mean, I want to be cool and give it to Malik, but I guess it's sort of only fitting to let her do that.
She could. It
So-
doesn't have to be her. You can do whatever you want.
I'm kind of far away to do a melee basic, ain't I?
She's still sliding,
I slide you. I slide him
Oh,
3
okay.
squares basically. So
but
Gotcha.
put him right in your range.
I can give Malik it if he wants it.
All right.
Malik, you want to punch the king with a flail?
Yeah.
Dan's like, I really want to go now.
It's like, why the fuck didn't you?
come to this meeting?
It's like, where's our spar gonna be?
You guys come back. What were you guys?
We're gonna get to the sparring, and it's gonna be all talking.
We spar with our minds.
What are you laughing at,
It's
Chris?
gonna be like the debate club sparring.
Oh god.
The spar does just become nothing but talking to diplomatic negotiations. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let Malik have that.
Okay. As you slide, this is happening.
She's proven herself such the queen that she doesn't even need to make this attack.
Well,
I was gonna
Hold
try to aim for his feet in an attempt to trip him up.
doesn't
He's already sort of tripping up,
yeah.
I believe.
You're basically she's sliding him and she's kind of like knocking him down at the same time almost. So you're
Basically,
hitting him on his way down.
Oh, okay.
But while you're sliding him, she starts running towards him. So, Malik, what are you going to do?
Gonna swing my flail.
Where are you going for?
Uh, his head.
Sure. All right. I get to do something fun now. Your flail comes down, bashing him in the back of the head. You literally see it start passing through into his skull. Bits of bone fly through the air as a little bit of brain matter and bloods fly up. You notice something happening below as a blue blade cuts through his head and falls free from his body. His head bounces onto the floor and rolls a few feet as the body falls limply to the floor, blood spilling everywhere.
A king of peace, everybody.
Got a double kill. Not sure who stole whose kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like stole my kill, but then I was like probably like no, I probably wouldn't have done shit. Just gonna keep that with the tiger lady and her blue sword.
She's a cheetah lady.
Whatever.
Some stupid cat thing.
Malik just sort of pokes the body with his foot.
You see his foot twitch a little bit, then stop.
Yep, he's dead.
She looks up at you with a smile and goes, "You think?"
A little bit.
A little bit of
Was-
very much.
Killing him necessary?
Well, he would have killed him anyway. I was just making sure. And yes, it would have been.
He wasn't reasoning.
We need a different voice for this city.
You are correct.
Losing his head. I'm just waiting for all the puns to start rolling in. She looks back up at you. She stands up and starts, she puts her hand on Malik's back, starts guiding you guys, walking with you towards Alexis. So, where do we go from here?
Well, I think you need to use your shiny new sword to let everybody know why the king is dead.
This is going to be interesting.
They know what blue means, right?
Yes, everybody knows what the blue means.
Well, that should be easy then.
There will still be strong resistance. One of my kind ruling or even attempting to rule is something rather unheard of.
You said the army was on his side, weren't they?
They favor war.
Armies
Well-
too.
Yeah. They're going to get that either way. But will they follow you?
If I give them war, yes.
Excellent then.
She goes, she kind of puts her arm, her hand on your shoulder lightly. Are you all right?
I'll be fine.
We can send you to the doctors that we have, the healers, and get that fixed up for you.
I can handle it just fine. Just want to make sure that I'm not executed for treason before that happens first.
I don't think our healers can heal that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to end up like... Not you said, I don't actually know what his name was.
I had an entire character that never got named. Fuck all of you.
King asshole.
That one guy.
King Douchebag.
His true name was Vatlaw.
Well,
I will spell it in the thing.
Now, I'm not there, but I do have a question.
Sure.
Are they going to clone revive him again?
They can't from a dead body.
Okay.
Plus, I think a blue sword is something more symbolic than a red one. So, shall we take this adventure together?
at your lead, Your Majesty.
Don't call me that. She kind of smiles.
I
You're
think I
gonna
have
to get used to it.
I'm still a legionnaire.
Not today.
You got a fancy sword for a legionnaire.
Well, I think I've earned it. And she pretty much puts her arm around both of you and starts walking you out the entranceway.
Oh god, no, I don't want to be around her arm.
Why?
I really don't want it to be like we're like the fucking Breakfast Club coming out of this meeting with the dead king.
If you don't want to, if you don't want to, you
No,
can refuse it.
I just think that would look really bad. She's like, I'll walk behind you. I really don't want it to feel like, look what me and my friends did on
Well,
our
hey,
summer vacation.
you can take a step back if you want to.
I am.
But then again, you are refusing a queen at that point.
The arm around the neck just it makes this really intimate when it shouldn't be.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm taking a step behind her. I don't want it to be. If Malik's by her side, then I will be by her side too. But
Yeah, Malik's by her side.
I don't want to be like arms.
Okay,
draped around
fine.
each
Okay,
other's shoulders.
we'll change that to where you're not on her. Her arms aren't on you, but
Okay.
you are walking within a foot of her side.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't want it to be like we're besties. Just look what we did.
It's not Hallam. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Didn't expect it to go this way, but oh well. I wanted this to be a public forum when this happened, but no! Chris had a fucking slider! Fucking with my shit, god damn it.
I do's.
Okay. So you
Now
guys...
you get to make a really cool speech. You should be thanking me.
I already had the speech pretty much already made out. Oh, God, I hopefully you wrote one too. Or have one planned for you, because you're going to have one also.
I got a vague one.
God damn it.
References the dead king a lot though.
And how awesome it was killing him.
Like, we all remember Vatlaw and his great accomplishments. I wasn't there to see any of them. He was just kind of a douche when I was around. But let's all remember his honor by doing exactly what he didn't want us to do.
And here's his
for
head.
living for a really long time through many other people's bodies.
No, it was his own body, but... It was his own body, but it was another...
Copies.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys breached the doorway, and the sword is lit as she carries it in her hand. You hear, or actually, you don't hear much anymore. As you guys walk through the main hallway, or the main I guess you want to call it road, through the town. Everybody stops what they're doing. You hear the sounds of tools hitting the floor. You hear some gasps. You hear clasps of armor as some people actually fall to a knee. She walks up to two guards that were dressed kind of like how she was when you met her. Right now she's kind of in her normal clothes. And you would assume these are other legionnaires, and she tells them to call for an assembly. There has been a change in how we're doing things. and they, without even saying any words, they bow and run off. And she looks back down at you guys. So, is there anything else you guys want to do? Very
I want my own
nonchalantly.
ship.
What'd you say?
I want my own ship.
Someday, maybe when you learn to pilot, it's a possibility. But right now, we have to get the city above ground.
I think I need to take a moment to do something real quick in private.
Masturbate or piss? Oh,
She's going to say that she's going to heal her own wound, and that she wants to do it in private so no one has to watch it.
all right.
And change her clothes. But she's actually going to be going into her room and opening up the book and be like, "Oh my god, I fucked up.
I started a revolution.
The king is dead. It's kind of okay though because the new queen is totally on our side."
She gestures for a couple legionnaires to escort you back to your room. And pretty much gives them a stern look as to say, you know, you fuck with her, I'll show you my new sword. Really up close. So they kind of flank you on side to side and start walking you towards your quarters.
Yeah, Malik's gonna start working on the, I'm assuming, big dents in his armor.
Yeah, the back of your armor is beat to shit. She walks you over to one of the smithies, and says, "Well, if you want to repair it yourself, you can, but we have capable blacksmiths here."
All right, Malik, trust this. So he just kind of leaves his armor with them.
Okay, well, you're not leaving your armor. You're there, but you get to watch what he's doing. Do you watch intently?
No, I think Malik's gonna start working on his shoulder and trying to get that back to not so.
Is your shield still in the king's room, or did your
No,
shield
it comes back to me.
Yeah, your shield actually has the power. It says it comes back. So yeah, okay,
Yeah.
You have your shield. You might want to pick out the bits of fur from it when it slammed into his head.
Start cleaning up the flail.
Must get rid of the evidence.
We're looking to get rid of the evidence. Is a big fucking cat body in the throne. We should probably handle first. If Columbo's figuring out this mystery, it's not going to be pieces of fur in the shield that's going to tip him off.
It's the dead body and the blue sword.
He's like, I don't know.
Faulkner, there's one thing I don't understand.
Why is there a decapitated cat body in the throne room and you're holding a bloody sword? Just doesn't make sense to me.
The back of his skull is bashed in with what looks like a flail.
You look like you've been in a fight for, like, the fight of your life. And there's a dead guy in the room.
Fuck, this isn't going to be fucking Columbo, so...
One more thing.
Fuck all of you. Alright, by now, news is starting to spread. Somebody rushes into the room with you and the rest of the party and the glassmaker, and yells, "The blue flame is lit!" and runs out of the room. And the game you were playing, let's say it was kind of like a mahjong or something like that, like a tall mahjong, kind of like a mixture of mahjong and Jenga. And
What horrible game did you invent, good sir?
How do you?
Wait,
Whatever.
so you're playing Jong Jong?
Apparently.
Yes.
This is going in my notes. Chung chung.
So okay, as you're playing that, you hear that, and the glassmaker topples part of the tower, and gets up and says, "I have to go. If you would like to come, come."
Probably a good idea.
Probably
I'll follow.
best. So.
I was winning.
No, you weren't. You don't know the rules.
I just see Shen holding like 7 pieces. I was winning. No, you weren't.
Wait, do you actually want to know who was winning that game?
Yes.
Okay, everybody roll a. What kind of check would this be?
Do
Well,
I was thinking intelligence check.
I just like the idea that none of them really know what they're playing.
I want to say that
Oh,
Talos was
shit.
cheating. So if I could do like a thievery check, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, do everybody roll an intelligence check. If you're cheating, roll a thievery check.
I think it should be wisdom.
Can
Nine.
I do an inside check to catch him cheating?
Sure. You do not catch her cheating.
Yeah.
I'll give that a go too. Although I probably won't say anything if she's cheating. No. Oh.
So, Scott, you still have to roll an intelligence check to see if you're still winning, even though you're cheating.
Oh.
There's my perception roll. 28.
You see her
I think I
cheating.
caught you. Hey! Wait a second. Whoa. You
What the
tried to
hell is-
steal my wine.
There we go.
There's the payoff. 3 sessions later, or 2 sessions later, we have payoff.